Just a quick one, guys, before we do get into today's video. We have dropped our August Liverpool t-shirt collection. We've got the Liverpool fans tees, along with the Liverpool Capital Trophies t-shirts. Do browse the new collection by going down into the link in the description, or go to copbikeclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, we're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the summer transfer window, so if you haven't already hit the big red button, please consider doing so, and in return we'll keep you on the straight and narrow with everything in regards to Liverpool Football Club this summer and beyond into the new season. Liverpool kick off the Premier League campaign 2023-2024 with a 1-1 draw with Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Now, this make it 7 draws in a row between these two in all competitions. However, unlike previous games, this one actually had goals in it. Again, this was probably, I'm going to use a cliche term, a tale of two halves. I did think Liverpool in particular started very, very well and played decently in the first half, but the second half was a different story, was kind of a defensively all over the place, a defensive shambles, and we're probably the happier out of the two sides walking away from this game with a point. Now, like every game, there is obviously positives and negatives, and that's of what we're going to be discussing in today's video. So positives are, of course, Liverpool came out of the blocks very, very quickly. I did think we looked very sharp and some good football being played, especially for the opening goal 15 minutes in. It all started with Trent Alexander-Arnold coming from the other side, getting up to Mo Salah. Lovely passing by Mohamed Salah to find Luis Diaz, who converts it for the first goal. And I was like, oh my goodness me, what a start. This is going to be a really, really exciting afternoon. And it got even more exciting a few minutes later when Mo Salah, we thought, scored goal number 2 and carried on his record of scoring on the opening day. However, upon inspection on VAR, they did rule it out to be offside, rightfully so. Now, after that, really, it kind of went a bit downhill from there for Liverpool, and we were making defensive mistakes, and out of possession weren't very good, to be perfectly honest with you. Of course, Chelsea managed to go get an equaliser with their new signing, scoring on their debut, and then minutes later, literally again, more mistakes from Liverpool led to Chelsea thinking that they had taken the lead just before half time. However, correctly again, Ben Chilwell was ruled off by VAR for offside. Now, I thought they were the alarm bells that was going to be happening going into the second half, and would sort ourselves out going into half time and then going into second half. However, it wasn't to be the case. We were really, really poor for the whole second half. Honestly, I didn't think our attacking players looked as good as they did in the sort of first half. They didn't really look like they could take the chances, to be perfectly honest with you. But out of possession and defensively, just so poor. As I say, I'm going to use the metaphor, cut through like a hot knife through butter. That's what it was kind of like. We're just all over the shop, a bit of a shambles, and it sort of highlights the reason why we do need a defensive midfielder and a left-sided centre-back. But I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs. Of course, you already know that. We've been talking about it for majority of the summer transfer window, that we need a left-sided centre-back and a defensive midfielder. It isn't groundbreaking news, but this game certainly highlights that we do need to make those signings. Again, both clubs have been in for Moises Caicedo and for Romeo Lavia, and Moises Caicedo, unfortunately, because he's going to be going to Chelsea, unfortunately would be the perfect answer to our problem, and I would seriously sort us out and take us to the next level. However, it's not going to be the case, and we have to pursue other targets. But over this sort of next week and by match day 2, I really do hope we get it sorted out and we're ready to go for the next part. But also, as I said, the left-sided centre-back is other areas as well that need to be amended, and again, we are focusing on that defensive midfielder, which will solve a lot of problems, of course, but the left-sided centre-back, again, is another area that we just need to sort out and make sure that we bolster going forward. I want to see a busy week with regards to transfers for Liverpool Football Club. Now, in terms of more positives, I did think Alisson, again, once proved why he's one of the best keepers in the league. Again, he was called upon a good few times and made the saves when called upon, and that's what you want from your goalkeeper, and certainly kept the score at 1-1. Chelsea, I want to give credit to them. I know we're in a bit of a battle at the moment, but Chelsea were an unknown proposition, and nobody really knew what to expect from Chelsea. Look, they were an absolute shambles last year, and going into this sort of game, no one really knew what to expect from Mauricio Pochettino. These new signings, they've had wholesale changes, but actually I thought they were really, really good, and they can take something positive away from it. No, I'm not going to blow smoke up Chelsea's arse all the time. This is a Liverpool channel, but what I'm going to say here, to Liverpool's credit, I do think looking back, it could be one of those games where, thank God we got Stamford Bridge out the way. Thank God we got a point there, because I do think Chelsea are going to get better and better and better as the season goes on, especially when they start to bring in their final additions that they're going in the transfer window. So to get the bridge out the way, you've got to forget the Chelsea of last season. I do think they're going to be a Chelsea that will finish in a respectable position and do well this season under Mauricio Pochettino. So looking back, I do think this could be a point where we go, yeah, that was a good point. That was a good point, because I do think other sides are going to struggle, and I do think Chelsea are going to kick on and have a good campaign. And as I said, we're probably lucky that we got a point, because I do think Chelsea were probably pushing towards more of a winner towards the end of the game. So there you go with regards to the sort of majority of the match. In terms of other individuals that I want to highlight in terms of an actual positive, I thought McAllister actually impressed on his debut. I thought he played pretty well. Szoboszlai, again, another debutant. Of course, it's probably going to take a little bit more time for him to sort of get up to speed. But out of the debutants, I thought McAllister played the better out of the two. And Salah. Well, Salah was one of them situations where I thought he had an absolute electric start, especially in the first half an hour. Again, I did probably question why Jurgen Klopp took him off when he did, obviously replaced by Ben Doak and Harvey Elliott. Again, I probably would have kept Mo Salah on, especially if we're trying to find a winner, but maybe he was more happy with the point there, Jurgen Klopp. But Salah certainly didn't look happy when he was coming off the pitch, sort of ripping the thing. He was kind of ignored by Klopp when coming off, but he was in a massive strop, maybe because he didn't sort of extend his opening day goal record. But again, just to sort of conclude, it was a disappointing display, but again, we've been rumbling about it for most of the summer. And the situation that is the problem that we've been speaking about for the summer. So it's no surprise, but it's something that needs to be nipped in the bud over the next couple of days. And we need to make sure we get this defensive midfielder in through the door, because defensively today, shambolic, and we're getting cut through like a hot knife through butter. But again, can be sorted out. And there are other positives. I do think we've got great attacking players. And when we've got that sort of final jigsaw piece, I think we're going to be a frightening opposition. So again, positives and negatives, but I think we're the luckier out of the two sides to walk away with a point. But enough about me, ladies and gentlemen. Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts down there in the comments section below. What did you make of the game? And as I said, that does bring us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Remember that we do have delivered new t-shirts on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to copyclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.